Good morning, everybody. Yet it's not morning, it's evening. I did not work out this morning. I was toast after yesterday. Amazing how delivering some flowers can wear you out. Well, I think it was probably the stress from fixing the tire and just the stress of the entire situation that did it, but I was worn slick out. Anyway, and it was chilly this morning, so I'll get up and ride the bicycle tomorrow. But today, I got all the parts for Mama Badger's bike. So my big adventure tomorrow is going to be getting the rest of that bearing, the race, out of there. I did get some tools in today that should make that a lot easier. I will try these new tools out and tell you what I think. I got a blind bearing puller. Basically goes in there. It's got a lip on it. It goes in, then you tighten it down and it expands to fit in behind the bearing, and then you got a little slide hammer and you just slide hammer it out. That's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna try. I have a couple other pulley options as well, but that there is where I'm gonna start, and hopefully that'll pull that right out of there. I got new bearings. I also got Mama Badger a new tire, so I'll get all of that done tomorrow and she'll be ready to ride this weekend, because there are a few events, although it looks like it might rain, so I don't know how much of those events we're gonna get to. And then the other project I've got is the black Harley Fat Boy back here, the 99. I've got the tanks off, and today I put out a short asking everybody how I should clean out the tanks, because once I got them all opened and looked at, all of the inner lining, which is that gray coating stuff, you saw it in my fuel if you watched that video, it is all broke loose and inside the tank. So I need to get the tank all cleaned out. I've had lots of suggestions. They make some kits. I've been looking at the kits. I've also seen like a lot of natural suggestions like vinegar. So a lot of people have said take vinegar and some nuts and bolts or ball bearings, put it in there, let it soak, shake it around, let it soak, shake it around till you get all that stuff cleaned out of there. And then to get some coating to recoat the inside. Then I've had people tell me not to even bother with coating it again. Once you get it cleaned out, leave it be, because the new coating will do what the old coating did eventually. So that part I'm really struggling with. Do I recoat it or do I not? What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. Speaking of that, a lot of this stuff is like old school remedies, which are awesome. But speaking of old school, you guys know I did a video the other day saying there was no need to put a helmet on the ground behind your bike to tell me that you're broke down. If I see a bike alongside the road, I'm going to stop. And I've had a lot of people that said, that's old school, that has lasted, that's been around for 50, 60 years. It was good enough for them then. It's good enough for me now. And then I had one guy go, well, used to pretty much all the states, you had to wear a helmet. I don't know whether that's true or not. I did not investigate. But I did look up, and there's 16 states out of the 50 states of the United States that you have to wear a helmet in. So that leaves the biggest majority to be non-helmet states, which could also lead to that person riding not having a helmet. So do we just ride on by those people that don't have a helmet? But where I'm really going with this is, he was talking about old school ways, and I hear old school ways a lot. I hear people call bikers rubs and so on. So my question for you is, do you not adjust the old school to the current conditions? And what I mean by that is kind of like the helmet thing. Maybe you used to have to wear a helmet, but now you don't. So does that rule really apply? So many people talk about rubs, rich urban bikers, right? Well, I hate to tell you this, but I'm going to say the majority of people that ride motorcycles today would fall into that category. Right? They're weekend riders, or they ride, they take a 2-week trip a year, but I mean, most of them work a full-time job and then ride on the weekends, and it's something they do for enjoyment and for a good time. And, the other thing is, how do all the new people coming in learn about all the old traditions that everybody talks about? How do they learn all the old school rules and regulations? There's not a book out there for it. Where do they go to hang out and learn this stuff, right? That, I think, is the problem, right? There are people from all walks of life, all parts of the world that are now out riding motorcycles. It's not a teeny tiny little group anymore that ride motorcycles. We have men, women, children, all of them riding motorcycles, from crotch rockets to cruisers to enduros, you name it, right? They're all out on the road, sharing the road together. And some live by a certain set of rules. Others live by a different set of rules. And everybody else doesn't know those rules, right? And then I've had people go, well, you know, they should be studying up and learning this stuff. Where? I guess they can Google it and get 18,000 different answers. I mean, where do we expect people to learn all these made up rules we made up 50, 60, 70 years ago? It's not like they go to the Harley dealership and buy a motorcycle and somebody says, here's the manual of how to be a biker. Here's your manual. You need to read this from front to back. It'll tell you all the rules, the regulations, things you should do, things you shouldn't do. If you break down, you need to take your helmet off and put it behind the bike. Oh, what if you're not wearing a helmet? Well, I don't know. I saw somebody say, well, I was always taught you tie a bandana around your handlebar. Okay, fantastic. If you don't have a damn bandana, I don't carry a bandana on my bike. Anyway, that's kind of my question. It's not a rant. I want to make the motorcycle world better. That's my goal with Support Bikers. That's Mama's too. We want to bring the community together. We want to be able to support each other because we have met amazing people through motorcycles. We love riding motorcycles. We know a lot of people that love riding motorcycles. And we want to share that feeling and those people with the world. And my question is purely to you, how do we make it better? How do we get this information out to people? What do we need to get out to people to make this the greatest experience of their lives? I'm really interested in you guys' input. If you will leave me some comments below, that'll be hugely helpful. But, what can we do as Support Bikers to help other people integrate into the biker community better so that they know, what to do if they're broke down or, what ways to act and when and where and how. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. It just I've been thinking about it because of all of those comments and thought I would share and get you guys' input on it. Anyway, that's it. I'm saying anyway a lot. Anyhow, anywho, I'm out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be out in the garage fixing a bike. Oh, what fun. See you in a few.